So what's up, everybody? It's me, True Star Screamer. We on fire today. The castle background is out. You know what that means. We've got another NECA horror figure, and this is one I have been waiting for. We've got Count Orlok. I don't know why it doesn't say Count Orlok on here, because that's who he is. But this is Nosforatu, a Symphony of Horror. The reason I mentioned Count Orlok is because this design was used later in 1979, I want to say, by Werner Herzog, with Klaus Kinski playing Dracula, also using the Nosferatu design for Nosferatu, the vampire. But this is definitely not Klaus Kinski. This is definitely Max Schreck. That's right, you movie geeks. I got you covered. And this is one, like I said, I have been eagerly awaiting. I actually have the Mezco Nosferatu Count Orlok figure, and I still had to double dip. I just never got around to reviewing him. As always with these Ultimate figures, fantastic photography. We got Count Orlok here. All the awesome accessories, the different heads, the whatever he was writing, the keys. He himself looks fantastic. Picture on the side. Amazing photography on the back. I cannot wait to photograph this guy. And yeah, enough about the box. Let's get this figure out and let's see what we are messing with. So here is Count Orlok out of the package, and the NECA just keeps getting better and with these. I did not have to hit anything with a hair dryer on this. The joints are very smooth. As always, the detail and sculpt are there. These are some of the best painted eyes I have seen on a figure. I will blatantly say, if you passed on the Mezco and feeling some regret on that one and you still don't want to shell out $100 for a figure, get this guy. This is, I mean, yeah, kind of cutting to the chase here. If you're a fan of this stuff, I'd like to say, this is a niche product, and this absolutely is concurrent with it all. So, I mean, that's just enough gushing on there. If you like the horror stuff, buy him. There you go. Review, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time later. No. We'll talk about more things here. Everything, the jacket is a nice soft plastic. As I mentioned, the single joints, it's NECA. It's what you get. But we've got more than a 90-degree here. He does have a waist joint in here. There's a little bit of an ab crunch too, which... So technically this guy is more posable than the NECA Shredder. The NECA Mirage Turtle Shredder. Yay. I don't have that figure yet. Oh, sorry. I don't have that figure yet because he doesn't have an ab crunch, and I have trouble buying that. I'm not even using the accessories, and again, this guy just has this personality that's feral, sinister. You know, this is not your handsome, alluring, sexy vampire here. This guy is just... This is the creep who's, like, looking out the windows at you. And it has you freaking out at night. So, just... As always, the paint is really well done. He's got just the black pants with a brown wash on there. Maybe I wouldn't have minded something a little more in the shoes just to bring out the laces. You know, the jacket's got the ties on here. Got the rolled up cuffs. The ghastly pallor of a skin here. It's, you know, a white skin with a dry brushing of gray on it just to make him look more gaunt, bring out those details, the little buck teeth, the bat-like ears, the tufts of hair, eyebrows that make Peter Capaldi feel better about himself. I mean, these are just... Dang, he just looks good. And we haven't even started talking about the accessories. Now, again, single-jointed leg. The jacket, because it opens up, allows him to get a little more room in here. You can flap the jacket back and you can see more pants legs on here. I mean, this guy is not a ninja. This guy is not known for poses. He crept upstairs and he did the coffin rise thing. That's the kind of stuff he does. So let's talk about some of the things he came with. So let's start off with some of the basic accessories. We've got an inkwell with a feather in it. It looks like it's been readily used. Ink's gone through the feather itself. He's got a bottle of wine. We all know it's probably blood, but he's got that there. Keys for going around the house. And the letter he was writing with the pen. I don't know if these are directions or what language this is in. I want to say this. One, I can't tell which end's supposed to be up with this thing. I don't think this should have been on paper. I think this should have been a stiff piece of plastic, to be honest, just because I got a feeling this is going to tear eventually, so I don't trust having it out. So this will probably stay in package, but I really think this should have been, a solid piece of plastic just printed on there. But I don't know, it's weird, but I'm actually a little let down from that. See? It just, I couldn't even put it down. It went flying somewhere. There we go. I had to go dive and find that. And he's got a furry hat, which he can wear quite snugly on his little bald head. Of course, he can't cover his ears, so he's still losing heat, but hey, at least we know Orlok can keep warm in the winter, because that dome, we gotta keep that toasty. We also have 2 alternate heads. So we've got this weird, like, staring off in space head. We got kind of this more evil pondering head, and we've got this looking to the side eye with a grin. So we've got the shocked head, one very nice, and one very evil. Yes, I did that on purpose, and if you know, you know. So we've put the very nice head on, and it is pretty interesting how that just changes the entire demeanor. He doesn't, he still looks creepy, but just not as sinister. Again, this is the face you don't want looking in the window with... This is just more like, instead of the freaky guy, well, it's still kind of freaky, but I don't know, it's almost like crazy but semi-harmless. I don't know. But it's interesting, to say the least. And then the very evil, a much more like glowering expression, much more sinister. This guy again was just kind of like, hey, what's going on here? This one's just like almost purpose, much more single-minded. It wants to... he has much more intent. Finally, we get to talk about the alternate hands. He's got some interesting ones. He's got a holding hand, basic grip hand, which holds the keys fairly well. I went ahead and put those in off camera because you got to kind of really wedge it into the fingers between the hand and forefinger. But it holds them very well. Actually, you can make it look like he's about to open up something with one of the keys. So I do like that. These keys are metal, by the way. Or at least the chain is metal. And that looks really nice. Plus then we have this hand, which is very unique. It actually is meant to hold the quill. And it just, literally, you can just slide that right in. And it looks like it pops right through. This is actually really well done. So it looks like he is writing. And then just your holding hand, which of course holds the bottle fairly well. Also just a nice alternate for the gesture. Then for it, I actually don't get. It's not hollowed out all the way through. It looks like something was supposed to go in here. It's not meant to hold the paper. Or, honestly, I don't know I don't know if there was another accessory that he should have gotten, like a candelabra or something. But this looks like something was supposed to be added to the figure that we did not get. But it's kind of like a fist hand, so I guess that's okay. And then we got two great large splayed out hands with the claws all extended. Yeah, these are my favorite. Hands, no pun intended, but hands down. These just look beautiful and sinister and vicious. And yeah, when I put him on the shelf, he'll probably be having these guys on. Okay, this is using that hand that I couldn't quite figure out yet. I guess that kind of works to kind of give him that kind of formal pose. But anyway, I love this figure. Again, this is a niche thing. If you are into the classic horror, I highly recommend. This is where NECA really excels. This is, they have been completely consistent on this line. I think, again, I've only skipped the Bride of Frankenstein, and even now and then I walk past one and I consider it, because these have really been a solid line on here. I'm not doing any comparisons with him because comparing him to the Mezco isn't right. He is his own figure, 7-inch scale versus 6-inch scale and such. I only had one and a half complaints. This paper here, and you saw it flew off the table and I tried putting it down, and I think he should have come with a coffin. I know you can get the Dracula kit, but there's just something that about, Nosforatu, you hit it in your GIF taskbar, Nosforatu, you're going to see this guy rising from a coffin. I went and I broke this guy. This is the Casket of Calamity. I've used this for a few things. He's too tall to fit in there. I did try. So the only way I could put him in there is if I bend the legs. But it's a shame that he didn't come with a coffin. The Mezco one did, or even a couple rats. One of his things in the movie is that he could control rats, and I think one or two little rats would have been a great side accessory as well. But again, I personally have the Mezco, I have the rats, I can do that. But that's just me doing a little bit of nitpicking. Okay, maybe a head with a more open, sinister mouth like he's trying to feed. There we go. There's my complaint, more than anything else. Everything else I was nitpicking, because again, this is a solid figure. This is your money's worth. I picked mine up at my comic book shop around here. I only paid like $2 comic book, comic shop tax. It's a $35 figure. He's available on Big Bad Toy Store. He should be arriving in Target soon. And again, if this is your thing, I highly recommend it. If you want to get in to see what it's all about, it's not a bad thing either. Just again, keep in mind, this is a 7-inch scale. It won't go well with your Legends. Will go well with your Marvel Selects though, so if you got Marvel Select Blade, it might be kind of neat. But let me know your thoughts down below. If you like this video, give it a like. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. As I love to say, so many things are on the way. And of course, as always, until next time, take care. Peace.